Danessa, this is so cool. This is so innovative. Oh, by the way, it's Thursday. It's where we talk about stuff. I just sprayed this on my arm. Okay, and I sprayed a ton of it. And it feels like I've sprayed, this is gonna sound wild, a hydrating powder. Man, I wish I was a makeup chemist so I could really understand things. But this is wild. I am so excited to create with this. I have to film, obviously on Thursday, we don't do a whole story, but I am going to do a video of this because this is a last step, okay? But think of it as kind of insurance to make sure everything stays nice and blurred and set. You hear that? That is going to be so important to shake. I'm literally this hyped. I just got it. I sprayed it. I'm speechless. Although I'm saying a lot, I'm really trying to gather my words because I really just want to squeak and squawk. So I'm just going to spray it on the back of my hand. In my eye. Don't do that. Okay? I know. It's looking like a mist. We're going to let it dry while I sit here and yap. I'm just really excited to create with this. So this would, again, be a last step. I think what I would do, though, is I would spray it. And because the powder and the Upsolite and all of the ingredients are very, they're very much this blurring situation, but even a little bit lighter because it's obviously in a spray form. I'm going to spray this. Say I had my makeup done. Say it was all the way done. I would spray this and then I would take a puff with nothing on it and I would just really press it. Once it dries down a little bit, okay, and then hang on, it's still wet. I'm just so excited for you to see the difference. Are you ready? Okay, obviously this is without, and then look at with. Look. And imagine that in the thinnest veil. I feel like if you don't enjoy using powder as much, you'll be able to use less with this. It's kind of like a spray of insurance. That is just wild. Wild. So exciting. But I'm excited. This is very, very exciting to me. I normally don't get this wild over a product. I just feel like this is something that is not something we see a lot on the market right now. I feel like it's innovative and I get so excited when I find a product that I know is going to be helpful. But we'll be using it and I'll teach you how I would use it. Not today, but coming. And I will film it today. Yes. Something new. I haven't tried it. Too Faced sent these over. I have all the shades, but these are the shades that excited me the most. So what's going to be cool about these? Lip and cheek. I feel like we were seeing a lot of lip and cheek there for a while. I like that color. I like how all of them aren't as white based. There's some really nice darker shades that I have over there. Even this one, this is one of the more lighter shades, but look at how nice and rich that is. I guess we want to see it swatch. This is my first day. Look at how much intensity. And that is where it lends itself a lot towards a lip. It feels very souffle, very fluffy. Yeah, these are fun. But of course, there's this shade. I want to swatch the pink and the red. Those are really nice. That coral shade is called Peach Blur, and then this is Headliner. And then let's do the pink and the red. Red Velvet and Super Candy Clouds. So this is the shade that they have in the press, which is probably one of my favorite blush shades. This one has a little bit more depth. Actually, that reminds me of MAC Candy Yum Yum a lot. And you know what? I'm gonna try it as blush today. Later. Ooh, okay, so this one doesn't have as much depth, but I mean, it would still work on a deeper skin tone, but I thought it was gonna have a little bit more. See how dark that is compared to that? Still very, very nice. I think it'll work nicely as a blush. I like these shades a lot. So, really quickly, let's do a lip with one and see what happens. Let's do Rosette Lip Liner. This is one of my favorite lip liners at the moment. These are so creamy, but then they're not so wet where they're not lasting, and they pair nicely with all the different formulas. Melt Cosmetics is truly one of the most slept on brands because the founders, who I adore, are actually makeup artists as well. And I don't know if you know this, but Melt Cosmetics has been around, I don't even know how long, 12 years? A long time. I feel like longer than I've been doing this. So their formulas are really, really well thought out. And they have some of my favorite eyeliners as well. All right, that'll do it. Let's do the more coral shade. This was Peach Blur. I did wipe off a lot of it because a lot comes out. I'm going to show you how much comes out. That's how much comes out on the wand. So that is something to keep in mind, even when it comes to the blush aspect of it. So I just kind of evened it out. And if you're worried about waste, you would just grab it and shove it back in there. It's pretty. It's fluffy. It's really, really fluffy. It's really, really, really comfortable. I'm going to leave it on while I finish all of my yap. I want to see if it dries down or anything. It's really, really pretty to me. This is going to be a benefit when applied properly. It did stain a little bit. And why that's a benefit is we would want it to stay on our lips and we'd want it to stay on our cheeks as long as it was blended out nicely. So there's a little bit of a stain aspect here. I've done this to myself, but that's okay. Again, if we had blended it out properly and we had a little bit of that stain, that would be delightful, but I applied it like a maniac. You know what? I should have known. Because anytime, most of the time, we have like a souffle texture with a lot of pigment, there is staining, and I should have known that. This is all on me. But you know, that's actually a good thing when applied correctly. I love this. I'm so excited to create more with this, but I had a blast yesterday. I want to do just like a smoky, smudgy swamp green. I want to use that. I want to get all in here. Maybe some of that too. I love this palette. I haven't been this excited for a ColourPop palette in a little while. And to tell you the truth, of course I've seen the first Shrek, and I enjoyed it, but it's not like I'm like a ride or die fan, so I don't have like a major connection to the collaboration. That being said, this palette is just, it's colors that speak to me, and I really, really enjoyed the formula yesterday. I saved that to my highlights, by the way. So I really just enjoyed the way it performed. It just did everything I wanted it to do. Plus, I don't know if you've seen this. I didn't use this yesterday, but there's also this gorgeous, this better not, no, it won't stain me, I'm just kidding. Duochrome, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And it's gonna, look at how pretty this is. It's a green, yellow. Ooh, look at it. Okay, there. And then here you go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That one's from the collection. The shade is Fire Breath. I believe there's only one. Eee, so cool. Eee. I could sit here and entertain myself all day. Did y'all just see my last post? Did you see who that's with? I can finally talk about this. This has been, I guess I could talk about it right now. I've had to keep it a secret for a while. So obviously I love the formula, that it's delightful, that I expected because I love the concealer, but you know what I have a hard time with usually? Finding the foundation that is in line with the concealer. Y'all, I wear R5 in both of these. Actually, mine doesn't even have the color on it. That's so funny because mine is so, this is like first production situation. Obviously it's the finalized formula, but mine was sent over back in late May. So that's how long I've had it. Obviously I've been using it. It's a little crusty, but I'm going to swatch these two side by side. Here we go. So we know and love the concealer. It is just the perfect shade for me. And then here is, it's going to be so important to shake this foundation. I know I'm so annoying and it feels like, here, I'm just going to sit here and show you how long we should shake this for. Okay, that should do it. I know. It really is going to make a difference. And then here is the foundation next to it. This is just a hair, a fraction, a wisp lighter, the way that I like it. And then it's also a little less peach, which is what I would want for my foundation. I would want the peach here because look, of the blue. So it's just, I mean, anytime, just like with Danessa, anytime there's an artist, somebody that's been in there doing makeup every single day, and they have a makeup line, it is well thought out. It's good. And I'm so excited to apply this foundation in stories now and talk about it. Now, I will say this is one of the glowiest foundations in my entire collection. This one is going to always lend itself towards luminosity. So that has to be something that you're looking for with this. I feel like the concealer is slightly less luminous than the foundation, so that is something I also wanted to mention. But again, I love luminous. I love skin-like. I love the finish of this. It is going to be very blurry. I mean, if you go check my last post, that's HD cameras, not even an iPhone, that's a real camera. So just go check that last post if you want to see it high def. It's good stuff. But now you'll start to see me use it. I had to keep a secret. I'm always keeping secrets. I'm telling y'all, I'm the queen of makeup NDAs. Do that. See 40.5? See it? Tuesday. Then I just got this in the mail because one of my friends here insisted that I needed these palettes, and I am so grateful. These are from Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace did not send them. It was actually just one of my friends here. But first of all, look at how pretty the artwork is. That is so cute. Y'all know I love to play in the garden, and she knew that. And I honestly was just talking to a ladybug. I really was. How gorgeous. Excuse me? What is even going on? This is me in palette form. And the fact that my friend thought about me, honestly, it brings a little tear to my eye. Also, there's this one. There's another one I have to show you. And then there's also this one, which is equally gorgeous. I don't know why I've never heard of Sydney Grace Cosmetics, but here we are. Ooh, that is scrumptious. Okay, cover me in that. Just cover. My cheek is not going to be friends with me later, but that's okay. Put it all over me. I'm very excited and I'm very grateful and I'm so happy to discover this brand. Something else I've been reaching for all of the time. I really like these Tower 28 blushes. They are so soft and they pick up so evenly, and I love the colors. I'm really loving everything about them. I feel like they pair really nicely with today's formulas. When I say formulas, I mean the concealers, foundations, kind of what they're going on top of. And I just feel like they're kind of hard to mess up too. And this particular shade has become my favorite. I bought all of these. All of the ones that I have, I bought them myself. I'm trying to see if I have my other ones here. Let me grab the other shades. I also love this shade. Look how much I've already used. It's so good. I have 4 of them. So I also have this shade, which I've used a lot of as well. It just sets, the way it just sets into makeup is so pretty. This one is Malibu Cooler. And then I have this one. I haven't even tried this one yet. I just bought this one. This is Samo Spritzer. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm excited. So listen, it's a sea of blushes out there and you probably have enough blushes. But that being said, I feel that sometimes there's a little bit of an advancement in this technology. Look at my eye. This is why you know I'm serious. And we're always going to have advancements. It doesn't mean that we're going to cause hype, scream, and go buy everything. But I do feel that there's something here that just melts into makeup, into the new formulas of makeup. Like think about this. Think about the Givenchy that I love. It just pairs beautifully. Big fan. Something else that I have just been kind of throwing in my purse when I leave these because they're just so daggum easy. Y'all, these are $6. Profusion. Listen, we can get them. Look, hand is on my hip. I think that this is going to be my new favorite, very affordable brand. I'm not even talking like elf affordable where it's like $20 and $25. These are $6 and they are so... Where are you, Sheila? By the way, that stayed super comfortable. I think these are kind of cool. But again, we don't need everything. I'm going to put on this frosted. I think Frosted Berry is, yes. It's the one I'm after. The applicator, so cool. And then you can just throw this on. All right. Oh, isn't that pretty? Just a couple clicks. Here it is. Isn't that pretty? And then you could layer it up to make it more opaque and it still doesn't get sticky. They're really, really nicely pigmented. You can pair it with a lip liner, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna last like a liquid lipstick. We understand that. And also, $6. That is incredible. I feel like makeup, we all know this, it's getting more and more and more expensive. And it's just so nice to see something that is really nice quality, really thought out. I mean, the applicator's so cool, literally. It's only $6. And it's just, they're really, really pretty colors. I do want more colors. Okay, I need me a baby pink profusion. More shades in this place. But if you're looking for just a quick little throw in your purse, $6 amazing lip gloss that is not sticky at all, 1,000 out of 10. You know what was sent to me and I never reach for them? I've used them like twice and I thought I was going to use them more. I'm not using these. I'm going to use them because I don't waste things, but these are not it. The MAC glossy lip liners, I don't know. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Did you get one of these? Do you use it? I don't know. I guess I would rather just have like a classic lip liner. These are just kind of sheer and they're, I don't know, that kind of showed it. Look, it's just kind of like, they're even a little patchy, especially once you try to build them. I don't know. I just think they're too wet. I feel like the ones I really, really liked were the Sephora ones that got discontinued. But you know how anything, you and I right here, anything we like, it's got to get out of here. It's got to be discontinued. Should we even talk about this? How much I love it? Just a quick yeah. Okay, this is my second one. But remember, I do makeup like it's fashion week every day here. I'm gonna film 2 looks today where I completely take my makeup off, put more back on. So I don't want you to ever think about me going through this very, very quickly. I'm not the right candidate to do that and really judge off daily wear because my daily wear is wild. That being said, I feel like someone that just does their makeup every day, even if you do it every day and you're not doing these full wild Chapel Roan looks, I feel like you could get, you could get from Sephora Sale to Sephora Sale and get the discount each time. I think it would last you that long. Actually, I was just told that these right here are $4.97 at Walmart. What? Hand on my hip again. Under $5. Well, with tax, let's be real. $4.97 though. It's good stuff. All right, my friends, I have a meeting and then I have 2 videos I need to film. And then I have a bunch of meetings tomorrow and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a story tomorrow. And I'd like to apologize. I would. I'm very sorry. But we're getting ready for that launch. So I have a couple more things that we have to get ready. And I'm very, very, very excited. So I hope that you can forgive me. Maybe I will just do videos of my animals tomorrow for you. This actually feels the softest, Gene. Maybe softer, but don't tell him. Do not tell him. Very excited for this. Y'all are gonna like this so much. This comes from this very quickly. Let me tell you. You know how I'm always talking about makeup progressing, evolving, updated formulas, and that's really what I want this brand to be. I want it to be a brand that evolves with new formulas, with new techniques, and that is what this is. Because right now there's a lot of products like this. There's a lot. And it's really important to step back and look at what we already have in the collection and think, you know what, that could be better with something like this. And that's something I always want to do. And I feel like I have the privilege of doing it because I'm able to try so many different brands of makeup that I'm able to create brushes that go with that and that are always updated. Because I sometimes think that brushes get left behind. Brushes are such a big tool. They're so important to how everything looks and how everything plays together. So that's something I feel I can do in this industry, being the brushes. And that's one of the reasons I don't have my own makeup. I feel very passionate about brushes, and I always have. I think some of you might have watched the Ipsy podcast, and that is mentioned there. So I'll hush, and that's also something I find myself, I don't want to bug you about it. I know it's annoying, but I'm super proud of these, and I put a lot of thought. I really and truly do. And nobody else has this fiber, and that's something that is super cool about these dadgum brushes. And I just love innovating, because that's something that can go with what we already have. So yes, C40.5 is thought about and reimagined. That's a better word. It's been reimagined to go with what we're using today. Thank you for listening to me. I love you so much. I'm gonna go eat my cereal, and then I'm going to start filming, and then I have to do even more editing. I was just informed. I love you with all of my heart. Thank you so much for being here with me and just talking about makeup and hanging out. This is literally what young Rose dreamed of. Lots of friends that shared the same interests in glitter. Honestly, it's a dream come true. I love you, and I'm not sure if I'm going to post tonight. I might have something that I want to post, but I love you, and you know where I'm at if you need to chat. Bye for now.